Hello, everyone. Welcome to Larry's Americana. Today we're looking at video number 4. So let's jump right in here. You might remember that the entire series is based on a book, and actually, before the book, we had a series of magazine articles for NHK radio English language study program for students here in Japan, where I am based. And today we're going to be looking at number 4, as I mentioned, Boy Scouts. So let's jump right into this, and let me let me read to you from my article on Boy Scouts. So here we go. Is there anything more American than apple pie and baseball? Yes, perhaps. The Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts. I was both a Cub Scout, basically between the ages of 7 to 10, and a Boy Scout from 10 to 17, and especially loved to go backpacking and camping with my buddies deep into the forest. We'd set up our tents, get a roaring hot campfire going, and then enjoy the delights of nature. That was what it was all about for me. Recently, I went camping again after a 40-year hiatus and surprised myself. I still knew how to build a fire, a good one, thanks to my years in scouting. Sorry about clearing my throat so often. Throat gets a little bit dry. Scouting started in the UK, actually, at the beginning of the 20th century with British General Robert Baden-Powell, and was brought to the US soon after. Currently, there are almost 4 million members in the USA. Wow. A huge number of famous Americans have been Boy Scouts, including Steven Spielberg, and 2/3 of all astronauts in the American space program. Others on the list include former U.S. presidents Teddy Roosevelt, JFK, and Bill Clinton. President Gerald Ford once said, "I can say without hesitation that because of scouting principles, I know I was a better athlete, I was a better naval officer, I was a better congressman, and I was a better prepared president." That's quite impressive, huh? Why is scouting so impressive? In my mind, there are 2 ways to appreciate scouting. First, there are the activities and traditions, things like merit badges, the Pinewood Derby, and so on. And secondly, there are scouting's strong moral principles, the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. Let's take a look at all of these in a bit more detail. Here is the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. As Scouts, we had to learn this by heart, but did we stick to these principles? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. Would you be able to? The Scout Law goes like this. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. American icon John Wayne was also a Boy Scout. And he took the tenets of the Scout law so seriously, even as an adult, that he used to explain them in depth to his own boys. For example, here is what Wayne taught them about being brave. You don't have to fight to be brave. Sorry, I can't really do his accent. Millions of good, fine, decent folks show more bravery than heavyweight champs just by getting out of bed every morning, going out to do a good day's work, and living the best life they know how. Can you imagine him with his strong, beautiful voice teaching this to his kids? Quite impressive, I think. Yeah, next, let me talk about the Pinewood Derby. I showed you a quick picture there. I'm going to explain more about it in a second. And also, let me mention that I have a video from YouTube showing what the Pinewood Derby was actually like. It's kind of fun, exciting, interesting. We did it as Cub Scouts, not Boy Scouts. And these photos here, which I have on the screen, these are taken from that video. So take a look at the video, which I will link to in my notes. So as a Cub Scout, I looked forward each year to the Pinewood Derby. A recent search at youtube.com brought back memories of the annual big race. Yeah, flooding back. The Derby, held annually by Cub Scout packs throughout the country, is a program designed to encourage parents, in those days mainly fathers, but some mothers, to spend time with their children while building a race car made out of a block of wood. This is the final result. Everyone starts with the same block of wood, but every family comes up in the end with something looking quite different, and the cars are all different in terms of their ability to race down the track. Powered only by gravity, the cars speed down a long, straight, fairly steep, beautiful wooden track. Although I never won, it was always a lot of fun making a car out of pinewood with my father. Next, merit badges. Wow, having trouble with that, huh? I can't say it, huh? Merit badges. Sorry about that. An important part of scouting is to earn merit badges. Merit badges, there are well over 100, are in-depth studies of particular academic and practical themes that broaden a boy's area of knowledge and experience and give a sense of accomplishment. When the requirements are completed, the cloth badge that is received is sewn onto a sash, like the one you see here, right? And worn proudly along with all the other badges a scout has earned. Just to give you an idea of the scope, here is a listing of the merit badge titles available, starting just with the letter E, for example. There are dozens more running the gamut from astronomy to home repairs to woodwork. So here are the E merit badges: electricity, electronics, emergency preparedness, energy, engineering, entrepreneurship, and environmental science. Fun stuff? Merit badge instructors are men and women in the community, experts in their field who volunteer their time. Very, very impressive. And again, I have a YouTube video linked to some stories of scouts who earned all the merit badges, which is very, very difficult to do. I don't remember exactly how many I earned. It wasn't actually that many, but the ones I did earn were really enjoyable and I guess have stayed with me, stuck with me even now. I'm in my early 60s, but I can remember earning those merit badges quite fondly, quite fondly. Finally, scouting was a wonderful part of my childhood. Any regrets? Only two. First, I absolutely hated wearing the scout uniform. Here on the right, this is an example of a scout. He's wearing the scout hat, which I didn't like. He's wearing that green scout uniform, which I didn't like that much. And there's a scarf you wear also. I guess it just didn't suit me. But it's part of scouting. And I guess a lot of my friends who would have been interested in the camping and the nature side of scouting decided not to join because of this uniform. Second, I wish that we could have done more activities together with the Girl Scouts. Yeah, but we didn't. Oh well, nothing in life is perfect, is it? Uh, Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention here at the end that nowadays the Boy Scouts are having, unfortunately, a lot of problems. There are a lot of lawsuits going on. Um, Many sexual abuse cases have been recorded and have been reported, and it's really, really sad. It's kind of hard how to know how to react to it all. I know that me and my friends all had a wonderful time. I don't think we had anything like that at all. And of course, 99% of Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts never experienced anything like that. But for the ones that did, it's really sad and it's just a really, really horrible thing that happened to those young boys in which is normally, I think, a really good organization. Any of you who have been in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts know what I mean. Anyway, if you have any thoughts on the topic, feel free to leave a comment. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, and see you next time with Larry's Americana.